Hope y'all can hear me. Can you hear me? Let me get my mic off. Ooh. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, please. I was charging my mic and forgot that I hadn't taken it off the charger. Thank you. Thank you. How are y'all doing tonight? I did a pop in. I saw something this afternoon that I thought was very interesting. So I wanted to share it tonight with everybody. So I thought I'd do a quick live to talk about it. There was an interview done on, I'm going to take myself off the screen if y'all don't mind. There was an interview done by Carlos King, Kimmi Scott, and Latisha Scott over on, I think it's Hustle in the Morning. Let me make sure I have that right. And I thought it would be interesting just to listen to that particular live, listen to their interview, because it's called The Morning Hustle. I'm sorry, not Hustle in the Morning. It's called The Morning Hustle. If you don't mind, please like, share, and subscribe to this page. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. It's up to you, however you feel today. If you don't mind doing any of those things, give me 1 second. I'm going to grab an image and put over here before we start moving forward. There we go. Fair use notice. This video uses copyright material strictly for purposes of commentary, criticism, education under Section 107 of the Copyright Act. This qualifies as fair use. Everything that I will be saying today will be strictly, in my opinion, is nobody else's opinion but mine. Trust me. Let me put my little clicker down here to my little ticker to let everybody know. Let me go over and grab that video so we can listen to it. I'm going to start listening to it.
We are the morning
hustle. You can hear it.
You know what it is, baby? The morning hustle is on and popping.
It's already so fun here.
Man, listen, man. You know how we do it. Open door policy. Guests pull up on us. And this brother has been here before, and he's back to talk about his newest season of one of his amazing shows. Carlos King.
Yeah. And I just offered him some
and I came bearing gifts.
Okay, I'm going to open mine.
Me too.
Yes.
I'm going to open mine.
You can see the box, man. Love and marriage. That's fire. Okay, candles fire.
We got candles.
I like
and
that.
then I brought up against Kimmi and Latisha Scott.
Hello. How are y'all? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure exactly when this video was taken, but it was uploaded on August the 2nd, which was Saturday. So we saw a few, maybe a week ago, where we saw the videos of them, Carlos, Kimmi, and Latisha going. They took some pictures as though they were probably going to do some interviewing, which, you know, it's just promotion for the show. And so maybe this is one of the interviews they did. I'm not certain, but we did see them doing that. Let me say some good evenings to some people. I'm sorry, excuse my for being rude. I don't mean to be rude. Thank you for being in here, of course. Symmetry. Hello, living for me, 75. Thank you for coming in the room. And Queen Script, thank you for blessing us with your presence tonight. Let's get back to that video and so we can talk about it.
Hello.
A few moments later.
So not only did you bring us gifts, you brought us more guests.
Yes. So we had to reposition a little.
Right. We have Kimmi Scott from Love and Marriage Huntsville. And we have her sister-in-law, Latisha Scott from Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Yes, the OGs, though. The OGs. Make that clear.
The OGs.
10 seasons that y'all have been in business now for Love and Marriage Huntsville. How does that feel? Because you had the highest ratings on OWN.
Hello, Shayna. Thanks for joining us tonight. Let's get back to the video. To the
Y'all been able to bring some great content to the network. Probably keeping the lights on. Sorry, but yeah.
we're thankful and grateful.
Yeah,
so if you notice, a lot of people are doing telling you what the ratings are for Love and Marriage Huntsville. But regardless of what anybody's showing, Love and Marriage Huntsville has the highest ratings of all the shows on. They have the highest. Let's get back to the audio.
How does it feel going into season 10 and we're missing a couple people, well, one in particular, Melody?
Yeah, so listen, it's celebrating our 10th season, and the beauty of it is the fact that the show has reached a pinnacle to where the cast not only have created the assignment, they understand it, and they also are delivering way more content than before when it comes to what's going on in their marriages. They're having tougher conversations. The children are involved this season, and the girls are girling.
No, that's right.
You know, Latisha Scott is checking all the girls.
Is that your goal this season?
I hear what they said. The children are involved this season, and we have we're on episode 3. We've seen MJ, we've seen Maurice Jr., we've seen Jalen, we've seen the girls. They haven't had much conversation, but we've seen Macy and Mila. So the girls are involved.
It's trying to hold everybody accountable, you know. We talk about transparency a lot on our show, right? And so I just want to make sure all the ladies are being transparent with everything that's going on.
So how do you play that fine line between being transparent, everybody, and not it being like, oh, the mean girls? Because I feel like that's a narrative they keep giving, especially when it comes to Black women, and we're calling somebody out just on whatever they need to step up and say. It always turns into like the mean girls or things like that.
Yeah, my husband called me that this season.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're a mean girl?
No, I do not.
No.
I mean, we've been getting a lot of heat since season 1.
Yeah.
So my thing is everybody can bring the heat to us, then we can bring the heat back to y'all.
Yeah.
So y'all in the hot seat now.
I know that's right.
You said you keep everybody accountable, but who do you feel like is the best at keeping you accountable?
Losing to last week's leftovers.
Okay, y'all. I don't have the ad-free YouTube, but we'll just kind of talk about what well, shoot, it says I can skip the ad. Let's go. Let's skip it.
Shoot.
Time to breathe.
My husband.
Yeah.
You called her the mean girl.
I cannot get away with anything. We even had a moment this season. I was like, dude, like, let me just be okay with like drilling somebody without you coming drilling me.
Yeah.
Like, dang. Yeah, my husband, he's so hard on me. That's why I get the heat. People like, does he love her?
And y'all know we're here all the time. Marcel does not like Tisha. He don't care anything about Tisha. That is Marcel's personality. There are people that are just like that. And we do know that he does always run interference when she is trying to check somebody. He did it forever with the mail, which is I thought was crazy because it made her look weak because it made him look like he was always on Mel's side. I'm glad to know she's checking the girls this season.
Sometimes like, please ease up on me when the cameras is out at least.
I asked him, he's like, babe, this is reality TV. So you don't get, this is how it is behind closed doors and in front of everybody. I'm like, dang, can you just show me a little bit more?
That's funny.
Well, we have been seeing certain people go through certain controversies, and we just seen one of the castmates pop out, Martell.
You better do your research. I love you. You know that. I love you.
Okay.
You
So
better
he
be.
popped out.
So she says that Martell popped out. We all know what she's talking about. She's talking about the fact that Martell is possibly going to be. Hello, Kashari's Kitchen. Welcome to the live. He's talking about the fact that Ariane could possibly be coming on the show. Let's get back to the video, to the audio.
Carpet with the is that do y'all still call it side chick or?
Well, I don't think we ever called her that. It's well, Kimmi, you want
to name? Her name is Ariane.
Ariane.
Yeah. I saw the photo too.
The photo with y'all.
Y'all heard that? Kimmi said her name is Ariane. We're not using coleslaw or side piece. We're using the words Ariane.
Guys, to see this photo, will we be seeing more Ariane during the season?
We see them in the streets quite often.
Quite often.
Before this
Did y'all check that? Kimmy said we see them in the streets quite often. Y'all the one don't see them. We see them.
Maybe the Instagram or maybe the social media streets.
Or maybe the Carlos King.
They in the streets.
But they've been outside.
Yeah,
Is
they
it something that are y'all
outside.
shocked that it's just now really getting out there that the two of them are?
Oh, y'all shocked.
Oh, because they live in Huntsville.
Good question. You know, I have to stop it every few minutes because we're doing commentary with a live video. I mean, with a video. But yeah, she's asking them. Kimmy's really vocal on this one. She said, are y'all shocked? Because they've been seeing Ariane. We haven't seen Ariane. So I think for some people, they were shocked. For me, I wasn't shocked to see her because I felt like if she was in Martell's life, it's only fair that she be shown. I understand the thing about, male, but we keep listening. Carlos is going to tell you whose show it actually is. They shocked. They are shocked.
We live in Huntsville.
And I just feel like, why did it take so long for this to get out? Like, if everybody's been knowing this and seeing this, is it because season 10 is coming?
Well, I think, look, Martell is somebody that has admitted on camera in terms of being a man who is searching for the right woman post his divorce.
Mm-hmm.
He dated Sheree Whitfield. We covered that on the show 2 years ago. And this woman who is the mother of his son has been in his life for many years. And I think the photo illustrated that possibly they're committed. I think that's the difference. Like, they've always had dealings, obviously, right? Hence the divorce. But I think possibly what we saw the other day was a photo, like I said, illustrating that, okay, maybe they're committed and maybe they're exclusive.
Okay.
But I don't know,
We
child.
don't know that
You're
for
not
sure.
sure.
I don't know.
I wish y'all could see their faces because when he says maybe they're exclusive, maybe they're committed, they're giving the eye like, okay, so be prepared. To see more of Ariane and Martell. Yeah, I think we should be ready for rings and things. Back to the audio.
Oh,
That's
interesting.
That's allegedly.
That's allegedly. Did y'all see where he said that cheaters should go to prison? This is something that
Welcome to the chat, Aisha, the designer. Thanks for coming in tonight to sit down. We are listening to an audio from an interview that Carlos King, Kimmi Scott, and Latisha Scott did with The Morning Hustle. So I'm just playing the audio, and I'm going to stop it every few minutes just so I can talk about it because we can't play the video straight through using the Fair Use Act because you have to give commentary. So let's go.
recently saw online.
He didn't say that.
Yeah,
No,
allegedly
there's no
he
way.
said cheaters should go to
He can't
prison.
support his children.
Because he'll be locked down.
That's funny.
He didn't say that.
No, so you just talk about Sheree. Who do y'all feel like was the best couple that he was coupled with? Melody, Sheree, or Ariane? Melody. I love Melody. I'm sorry. I'm sad that she's not back this season. Is that a conversation? Did you try to push her to do it a little?
Well, I think the beauty of
Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put my piece in it, baby. We're not sad that she's not back, baby. We're moving forward swiftly and professionally. Okay, back to the video.
reality show, right? Especially an ensemble show that we see on Housewives, Love and Hip Hop, so many other ensembles is people leave, right? And they have the right to leave. And she had every right to leave the situation. The door's always open for a return if that's what she wants. But we respected her decision. And I appreciate the fact that it was her decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we noticed something with your...
Okay, so we're going to put to bed the fact that people believe that Mel was fired. Carlos just dead and all of that. by saying it was her decision to leave. Okay, back to the video.
You're allowed to come back because they're not suing you. Housewives, there's a lot of suing situations going on. How do you get around that, Carla? Have y'all ever felt like y'all wanted to sue Carlos at some point?
And don't say it now if you're going to do it in the future.
Y'all catch the shade? So there was a rumor out that Mel had sued Carlos. Okay, but Carlos has said that her leaving was on her own accord. So he's just debunking a bunch of crap that the people in these streets keep going. Just go. I know, just go. It's okay, just go.
No. Like, everybody gets their turn at a little heat.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little heat. And it's about how you handle the heat, how you stay in the kitchen and do what you got to do, And I've always felt like it took all of us to make the show work.
Yeah,
like, I respect her opinion and I respect her decision to go. But, God bless you on your journey.
Yeah.
Carlos, I wanted to ask you this because obviously 10 seasons in is a success, right? Mm-hmm. But a lot of times when people do reality shows like you're a part of, they go to the Miamis and they go to New Yorks and they go to DCs. What was it that made you want to go to Huntsville, which is a smaller city? And how has it been doing a show in a smaller city versus doing the Detroits and the DCs and the other ones?
Yeah, so I met Melody and Martell when they were married 3 years prior to me creating Love and Marriage. They wanted to do a show about property preservation. And I just saw something bigger for them. I said, I don't know if that's going to be something that I can get sold, but I'm in this mindset of like, let's do a show about Black couples. So I said to them, I want to do a show about Black couples. Do you guys have any friends? And courtesy of a lot of introductions, I met the Scotts and I said, oh, now we got a show. We got a show with these 3 couples. And
y'all heard what he just said. He said, I'm going to move this downstairs because I know my husband's probably ready to go to bed. He made the comment that Mel and Martell pitched the show to him. And in pitching the show, he told them that, he didn't really know anything about property preservation, but he did know about reality TV when it came down to I guess relationships is what he was saying. Give me a moment. I'm going to go down the stairs. And so he created, he said once he met the Scotts, he knew that he would have a show. So that is where he took it. And he created Love and Marriage Huntsville. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me get these lights on. There we go. Okay, I'm back. Y'all miss me? So let's go. Back to the video.
attracted me to Huntsville was the fact that I knew that the city itself was going to be a curiosity factor for the audience. Mm-hmm. And when you met these three couples who are real friends, they were friends like 6 years prior to the show even happening. And that was the formula in which it was lightning in a bottle. So again, Love and Marriage Huntsville celebrating 10 seasons just based on the fact that these couples, the idea of bringing something to Huntsville really culminated, into the success that the show has become.
Yeah, because...
So I actually, when I started watching Love and Marriage Huntsville, I think what the curiosity that brought me to the show was the very fact that you don't hear a lot about Alabama on TV, right? So here goes this show going to Huntsville, Alabama, and bam, you got these couples that are out here making money moves, African-American couples at that. So it made it, to me, it was very interesting. Kashara, they missed over all this. How old is this? Video is only 2 days old. It was put out on August the 2nd, which was Saturday. So it was actually released on YouTube on the Morning Hustle's website. Oh, I left my phone upstairs. But yeah, let's go back. They both couldn't handle a little. No, they couldn't handle any fame. Period. And I think the very fact that they even had to do all of this just speaks on the fact that they couldn't handle any fame. Right.
When people think about that city that are not from that area, they might think about Alabama A&M. Right. You know what I mean? Or I have a cousin that lives there for that specific reason because she graduated from there. But if it wasn't for that, I know it doesn't necessarily get that national attention.
Yeah, and listen, Huntsville is now #1 city.
Okay.
In the world that people can live when it comes to creating businesses, real estate. And look, no shade, it is because Love and Marriage Huntsville put the city on the map.
You can say that. Yeah,
we did. We actually did, for sure.
Now, how about incorporating the kids more now? Because we see like the shows like Next Gen that also have the kids, that's more about the kids, but we are also seeing some backlash come towards the kids. So is that something that y'all are a little scared of? Because I know with Riley, her situation was that she's now being depicted as like the angry Black co-star or the, and that's something that's affecting her, and you could tell through her social media and things like that. Are y'all worried at all about anything with the kids and people opinion getting a little bit too heavy on the children?
Yeah. You know what, that is something I always kind of have reservations about when I see children or young people on these shows, is that especially, I want to say especially this show. Other shows I don't think I've really had. I didn't have any issues with Riley being on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kim Zodiac's children, none of that. But something about this show, they tear down the children. And I think if I had kids and was on the show, I would be very, very careful about what they show them, how they show them, in what vein or light that they show them in. Let's get back to the audio.
All the time.
Losing to last week's.
Oh, we get a commercial. It's over. Okay.
From day one. Day one. Because some of the backlash and just unhappy people that you find, you don't know how to protect kids all the time. Even early on, a lot of times people say, well, why don't you tag this? And why don't you tag them? Why don't you tag? Even my stepson, he would say, why don't you tag me? I go, because this not for you.
Right.
Like the stuff that people say on my page and don't have any respect of kids or children or parents, it make as parents, we act different when you talk about our kids. We can handle a lot of stuff that you make up in your mind about us, but we're different people when you bring our children into it.
So I definitely feel Kimmi on this one. Because it's one thing for you to talk about me, but you start talking about my kids, it's about time we've gone and bang this one out, right? I really believe that the children on this show, people have no respect for them at all. I'm sorry, Mel and Martell exposing children to the divorce drama was too. It was way too much, Queen Script, way too much. Exactly, Kishore. Definitely. When I say hello, bad girl Riri, thanks for coming in. I think exposing them to so much of the drama, and then having to deal with the public scrutiny was just way. It was way too much. Yes, leave the kids out of everything. Just leave them out because this show is brutal.
We try to have those conversations with them. Like say your prayers, close your minds, don't read the comments. Like these people sometimes aren't your friend.
Yeah.
And you try to prepare them for that. Like a lot of times, even when we were filming, they would have psychologists, they would have therapists on site while we filmed, when we filmed with children.
That's good to know. That is good to know that there were psychologists and someone available for the kids to talk to. But the children shouldn't, as adults, you should not be belittling children. I'm never going to think that that's cool. Mel having the baby sing a song about their cheating dad. It was, girl. Do you hear me? That was overboard. Let's get back to the audio.
that purpose. It's
Yeah.
like a protection mode because there are adults out there that actually don't know what to say out their
Yeah.
mouths when it comes to kids.
That's
I
right.
don't know how you deal with
That's
it, man.
so
I
scary.
literally just had a conversation along those similar lines with my son, because literally just this past week he got on social media for the first time ever. And a lot of times we have conversations in here like, I don't like tagging my family on certain
Right.
things.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like there's always that conversation about it's not official unless you put that person on social media. But if you do, get ready for the backlash.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming.
Well, was there ever something that you put on in any of the 10 seasons, either of you ladies too, that maybe you put out there on the show that maybe you regretted after you saw it come out and play out? Like, maybe I should have kept this to myself, or maybe this should have just been within the family, or maybe I shouldn't have aired it.
I wouldn't say regret. I would say hard moments. We've had some hard conversations on this show. Like, I hate I was so open about it. But it's part of the game. Like, it's reality TV, so we have to be real and honest about everything. We're new to TV, and so we was like, we're just gonna. This opportunity is here, so let's just give it our all and be honest with everything that's going on in our life. And even when we talk about transparent moments, we was like, listen, certain things you're not gonna put out there just because it needs to stay within the household, especially dealing with your kids.
Right.
But at the end of the day, with my husband, our businesses, we was like, we have this platform to teach others. So if it's something that we had to go through in life and we overcame it, why not share it? Because we don't know who else that we're blessing with this moment.
Mhm.
And I totally agree. I think although there is so many more things you can do in life with their platform, I appreciate them for showing us what they do show us. But there has to be a cost that they are, I'm saying, that the cost for them has to be great because they deal with a lot of scrutiny. When I say a lot of scrutiny, these people be on there saying all kinds of silly things to these people as though they know them personally. Let's get back to the audio.
Her husband Marcel said to me, because again, I'm a producer. I don't have children. I'm not married. Martell, season 2, approached their son, MJ. I forgot how old he was at the time. He was a young teenager. And he apologized to her son about the things he said about Marcel, their dad. And Marcel called me, because that's what you do. You don't go on social media. You can call me.
That's it. That's how you do it.
Period.
He called me.
Y'all catch that shade? You don't go on social media. You call me. That issue where Martell did go to MJ was nasty. It was nasty. He shouldn't have done it without his father being present. And I respect Marcel for going, hey, this ain't right. I don't like it. Let me go talk to the boss. Let me talk to the guy who's over this, because you need to know what's going on before I take further action. Let's get back to the audio.
And he said, Lowe's, I didn't like that. He said, I don't like the fact that I wasn't aware that a grown man took my teenage son to apologize about something that my son wasn't even aware of. He didn't know about it. And it was the first time for me that I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that because I'm not a parent.
Yeah.
And I promised him that would never happen again. And we have this open door policy with Love and Marriage Huntsville, like my other shows, to where if we're never going to intentionally put kids in a situation where they can't defend themselves without their parents involved. But it was something to where it was a learning lesson for me, even. And that's why anytime we do anything with the kids, even her grown son, we were like, Kimmi, just so you know, child, he's going to speak to your husband.
And you can respect that. I respect that. I think the very fact that, that was done, Martell wanted a moment, because I believe at that time him and the Scotts were into it. He wanted a moment, needed to film a scene, but you chose a child to do it with. And you never know the lasting effects of your behavior upon a child. So yeah, bad Martell.
you know, I'm even able to say that was wrong. I take full accountability for that, and it won't happen again.
Well, see, I like that because I don't think other people would admit that. They would just be like, well, this is what you signed up for, and it is what it is. But it shows that you do have a heart. So I know it does bother you when you see these couples come in all in love, and then some of them separate. Do you feel like a personal responsibility, like you might have a part in maybe them not being together?
No.
Girl, how you gonna try to blame him for them not being together? Girl, go get your life. You go get your life.
Zilch, you did that. No.
Radio shows need visuals.
No.
We got to put this
No. So this the gag. Listen, it's so easy to blame production on everything.
Which
because
happens.
it happens. And listen, I'm gonna go speak about my production. I can't speak for other reality shows, right? I can speak for my production. These two can stop me if I'm wrong. When it comes to any couple's relationship, y'all were dealing with that before there was a camera. Two things happen.
Okay, we heard that, right? Y'all were dealing with this before there was a camera. We all know that before this show started, Martell was already stepping out on Melanie. He already had someone else. And so we this lady's unintentional try to blame, Carlos for that. I'm gonna say unintentional because she meant what she said. I think was pretty lame that you would try to blame someone else for someone else's infidelity. We know that didn't have anything to do with Carlos. Back to the audio.
And I've been doing this for 18 years. One, you tried to hide it, and it got exposed because the audience says, something don't look right. I don't know about that, right? And two, you gave us the storyline. It was beneficial for you. And then it got too heavy for you.
Yeah.
And then you blame the production. It's like, well, I just followed what you gave me, child.
That's right.
I literally followed what you gave me. But again,
we have those of us in the LAMH sector have been saying all along that no one was manipulating this marriage, right? No one caused this marriage. You cannot blame Marsal and Latisha. You can't blame Kimmi and Maurice. Only people you can blame was Martell and Mel. They were the ones that were married. Martell knew he was married when he started sleeping with Ariane. Mel knew whenever she found out Martell was cheating on her, she knew it as well. In fact, they were separated before this show started. But you came on the show and tried to put on a good front, and it didn't work. It just crumbled in your hands, and then you tried to blame everyone else, and somehow or another you convinced a whole crew of people to help blame these people, which is whack. Let's get back to the audio.
Somebody who has gone through a divorce after being on reality TV, that was an exit plan to begin with.
Well, let me ask you ladies, Latisha and Kimmi, but
that was an exit plan to begin with, right? I'm with you when you're right.
The point that Carlos made about when those cameras come on and sometimes it gets too heavy. Do you guys notice people, or have you felt pressure to do more than you should have been doing? Or like, all right, I know now that this is how I would react, but because the cameras are on, I got to turn it up another notch. I got to be extra. Or do you see other people being extra?
Listen, there's a definite red light special.
Losing to last week.
Okay, y'all, we got another commercial. She said that was a red light special.
It's a definite red light special. There's some people that when the red light comes on,
Right.
act up.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And that does happen. To be fair, I think for me, I think I'm the opposite because I don't want to act up. Like, I don't want to act up. But to Carlos's point, sometimes whoever you are and whoever you were before the cameras came eventually comes out.
Yeah.
Like, no matter how hard you try or what you say, and like, I'm just not going to do that to you.
You try to hold it in.
Who you are comes out eventually.
Yeah.
Like,
I just said that, maybe not in those exact words, but Mel knew that her divorce was already on the rocks before this show started. And they tried to put up this big facade in this show and was fake and phony. And then at the end of the day, guess what? It all was exposed. But again, you convinced a whole group of people that somehow or another it was the Scott's fault that you and your man broke up, although he was cheating with somebody else. Girl, moving forward.
Does it comes out eventually, but we definitely have some red light specials.
Yeah, we do. We have some cast members that like to turn it up for the camera, and it's surprising.
It's a little
who would you say?
Talking to?
Yeah,
right. Like who are you right now?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, let me just back up because I'm not getting the real you. What we doing?
Well, who are you talking about? You talked about transparency earlier, so I would love to know the exact
accountability.
and accountability.
After you watch the first episode this season, you're gonna know exactly who I'm talking about.
Okay.
Who do y'all think she's talking about? Put in the chat who you think she's talking about that's gonna fizzle out. I'm gonna go back just a little bit so we can hear that one more again.
I would love to know the exact
accountability.
and accountability.
Go back.
Have
Let's
some
see.
red light specials.
Yeah, we do. We have some cast members that like to turn it up for the camera, and it's surprising.
It's a little
So who do y'all think Latisha is talking about that likes to turn it up for the camera? Trisha? Okay, I didn't think that one. Let's see. They're all cutting up. Baby, they let it all hang loose. Do you hear me? All of it is hanging loose in this interview. Symmetry, I'm with you. That's who I think. Neil. Living for Me said Trisha. Queen Script said Neil. You should take that back, baby, because I think Neil is putting on for the camera. Let's get back to this interview.
What did you say?
Talking to?
Yeah.
Right. Like who are you right now?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, let me just back up because I'm not getting the real you. What we doing?
Well, who are you talking about? You talked about transparency earlier, so I would love to know the exact
accountability.
and accountability.
After you watch the first episode this season, you're gonna know exactly who I'm talking about.
Okay.
Saturday, July 19th.
I know that's right. But we're talking
Shameless plug.
accountability. You just recently sat down with Jess Hilarious and talked about her transphobic claims. Like people claim that she may be transphobic. After she explains herself, do you believe that she's in fact not transphobic?
I don't believe for a second that Jess Hilarious is transphobic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she is either, but Carlos tends to go with the way with whoever he interviews. Girl. Moving right along.
That was just a narrative that got
and I think, look, the beauty of my podcast, Reality with the King, is I really do invite people to come on and we have a real conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not there to be combative with you. I'm not there to hold your feet to the fire in the sense of being aggressive. I really love the idea of just having a conversation about things that are affecting you or how the people in the world may view you. And I give Jess Hilarious so much props for having the courage to sit across from an openly gay man discussing.
Child, when I tell you I don't care. I don't care nothing about what he talking about. Let me see what y'all talking about in this thing, and we'll go back to him because I don't care about no Jess Hilarious. I want to hear the rest of this interview. Neil knows, Neil knows how to give a performance. She's just going at it the wrong. She's just going at Kimmi for no reason, didn't tell Destiny about Lane's baby girl. When I tell you Neil is a whole clown for some of this behavior she's showing, I can see Nell leaving after betraying Mel because she's going to become cool with Ariane. You think so? Well, I guess we have to keep watching. I like Jess too. I just don't want to hear him talk about her today. Leave Jess alone. Okay, I will. I'm gonna leave her alone. We're gonna finish listening.
Issues that impact my community because she and I don't know each other. So she didn't know how I was going to come at her. And she was a little bit nervous before the interview because she's smart. She knew I was going to ask the questions. But based on her response, I walked away really with a larger understanding of her in terms of she is a Black woman who has lived her whole life as a Black woman, and she is learning the world at large, and she's learning her responsibility of being on a morning show, having that microphone, and the fact that all she wanted to do was be a comedian, and she didn't understand the fact that, okay, what I say has, you know, great impact. And the fact that she apologized for it. And look, I think at the end of the day, one thing I always tell people is,
I think he's making some good points. I think that with Just Hilarious, because we kind of just did a curveball. Just Hilarious, she probably was not ready for the amount of fame that hit her so fast. And even with keeping it real, she insulted people, maybe not even intentionally. And if you think about it, if you go back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, when Nene was on there, Nene started doing stand-up. And if she started heckling someone in the crowd and actually got accused of pretty similar to the same thing that Jess did. Only thing is Jess is in front of a camera every day at the Breakfast Club, and Nene, I think, was off of the show at the time or was on a break or whatever. So there was time for people to forget, because they said it only takes about 2 weeks and people forget that they are mad at you. So I just think that Jess she was in front of people, so she never gave people the opportunity to forgive her. And then she kind of doubled down on it too. So yeah, that's that. Let's see what else he's talking about. If he's not going to talk anymore about Real Housewives, about Love and Marriage Huntsville, we're going to just end the live or finish listening. Stop listening to him. Let's see what else he's talking about.
some situations you can agree to disagree. And one thing I did say to her, because I did do my research, I said, look, what I'm not going to do is not acknowledge that there's a large percentage of Black women who agree with you.
Yeah.
And I had to let her know that I'm not here to say you're wrong. That's not my place. It was my place to ask the questions. And based on the feedback, large majority of people feel like, okay, Jess, we now understand you better.
Yeah,
That's good.
It is a touchy situation when you're even asking certain questions or saying certain things. You don't know who you can offend,
Right.
especially when you're not educated as much as you think you may be on certain situations. So I do thank you for even allowing her to get that door open, because I feel like sometimes with people, you're just often just attacked just because you make a comment or you ask a question or because you go against what other people are saying. But sometimes it's just a conversation of us just seeing, and understanding each other. It's not always an attack.
I'm a big proponent of, if there's any issues, Kimmi and Latisha know this. If there's any issue when it comes to the show, the production, my producers, because I'm not on set with them every day. So I just believe a lot of confusion can be eradicated if you have a conversation. And you can't allow things to fester inside. You can't create, because let's have a real conversation. Oftentimes, you create a scenario in your head that isn't the reality. And the one way to get confirmation on if that is your reality is confronting things head on. And I need more people to do that, especially in our community. Because look, the Black community and the gay community, there is a lot of division there.
Yeah.
But with my platform, I want to be able to have a large conversation. So,
okay, y'all, I'm just looking at the transcript. It looks like they are pretty much done with the Love and Marriage Huntsville part of their conversation. I am going to tag them in the post, because I think that's only fair when you use someone's content that you actually give them the credit. I don't plagiarize. I went to college and I know all about that fun stuff. Well, let's look at these comments you guys been talking about. They're going to have to cross paths. Who going to have to cross paths? Child, let me in on the conversation. Neil's not leaving. She likes that. No, she's not leaving Queen Script. She's not leaving. I think, well, Nell went what 8 seasons without coming on the show, and she probably went those 8 seasons because she didn't want to bring all that family drama, but it's out there now, so girl, might as well roll in the mud with everybody else, I guess. I think they've crossed paths before that picture came out. I don't know whose picture came out. See when she's laughing at somebody. Girl, I'm gonna tag him. You know I'm gonna tag him. I'm not gonna be the one who don't give these people their credit, and I don't gatekeep either. So let me actually click on their link and copy it, and I'm gonna put it down in our chat. If you guys want to watch the video in its entirety, this is where you can find it on YouTube. I had never heard of the Morning Hustle, but I enjoyed the commentary. I enjoyed them breaking down some things on Love and Marriage Huntsville, letting us know some real things that they talked about. So please, before you leave this live, please like, share. You haven't. They're all hilarious. I haven't. I was reading about them because I wanted to again give them their credit. The Morning Hustle is hosted by, is her name L'Oreal and Kyle Santilani, and Head Crack used to be on this show. So I'm sure I used to listen to Head Crack, but I don't know these two. But just by listening to them today, they asked all the right questions of Kimmi and Latisha and Carlos. I appreciate them being transparent and answering those questions. And I appreciated the interview altogether. Again, that was the Morning Hustle. The date of that interview on the live is August the 2nd. It is the interview with Carlos King, and he brought, of course, Kimmi and Latisha to do promo for the show because, of course, they want to get people watching. All the people who said that they wasn't going to watch, girl, I'm sure they've been knocking down walls and corners to get over there to watch the show. Although they swore that they wasn't going to watch. People are a trip, honey. That's all I know. They are a trip. Please like, share, subscribe, and I hope you guys have a great, nice rest. If no one told you today they love you, I love you, and there isn't a thing you can do about it. God bless you, and you guys have a wonderful night again. Bye-bye.